Hello, everybody on Twitch. Welcome into our first session of Dungeons and Dragons. The Lyvernia Spelldeath campaign begins today with our esteemed list of players here. Whoa, HJ joins in
Perfect.
at the perfect timing. Well, I need to then set that up real quick. Let me do that as we go through our players here and do some introductions for everyone. So I guess I'll introduce myself as well real quick in terms of D&D. I'm Dupe, as you all know. I have played Dungeons and Dragons. The tabletop stuff I've played since 3rd edition, or 3.5 to be more exact. But I was first introduced to D&D rule sets through Icewind Dale, I think is the first game I played in that 2nd edition. But then I played a lot of 4th edition games as well. Not that many 5th edition games, so this is actually my second 5th edition D&D that I am dungeon mastering. And the last time I did it was 5 years ago or something, so it's been a while. So yeah, I need to brush up on my knowledge of all things. But we have both veteran players here. We have also new players here, and let's go around and well, is there a volunteer that is not HJ, because I need to still fix your camera? But does anyone else want to start off introducing themselves? Kotetsu, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Katetsu, and I've been playing D&D since 2018, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I got into I was always interested in D&D, and I tried to get into it on multiple occasions during my life, but things never really panned out. So I started with 5th edition, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Thank you. Thank you. Who's next?
So I am Brody. I've been playing for about 8 years, kind of on and off, in and out of campaigns, one shots, whole 9 yards. So a bit more experience, but Kotetsu will be helping us with the rules because he seems to know just about everything whenever anyone asks. So he'll be a very big help for us.
I mean, I DM my own games, so it kind of comes with the territory.
I like it.
All right, thank you, Brody.
Next.
Yep.
My name is KK. I've gotten into tabletop role-playing games since the pandemic started. Could never really sit down for a bunch of weeks on weeks after that. This is gonna be my first ever D&D game. I have never played this before, and I'm looking forward to starting my D&D adventures with you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Now we have HJ visible as well here. So HJ, okay?
I'll
Go ahead.
introduce myself. My name is Kate. I've been playing D&D on and off for 5 years. Always 5th edition. And I am rusty on the rules, but again, we'll just refer to our resident rules lawyer. And yeah, I'm excited for our game.
Very good. And then HJ.
Hi, I'm HJ, or Lucas, and I've played D&D only recently, a few weeks now, but I've read up on rules and tried to get into it a few times for a couple of months. I didn't know about any online resources to play online, so I just wasn't able to because there were no people nearby doing it. So glad to have this opportunity and can't wait.
All right. So that's all the great players we have here, and yeah. So we are going to be jumping into the game here, together here on Roll20. I'll be interacting with chat a little bit less today than usual. Although, gotta say, Wolfboy just followed. Thank you, Wolfboy. Welcome in. But yes, I will be
just followed.
interacting less with chat as we will be focusing on our game. But hope you enjoyed, and welcome in, everyone. So, shall we get started then? We have our esteemed group of adventurers here, ready to begin their first ever adventure in the world of Lyvernia, or on the continent of Lyvernia. So let's get started, and we start our adventure in the city of Hinun, which is, a pretty large city, large enough to register on the map and everything. It's known to be quite cosmopolitan. There's a lot of trade routes going through the city, and as such, there's a lot of travel passing through. There's a lot of people going around. There's a lot of different races, different backgrounds. People of all kinds live in Hinun, or at least pass through it. This includes our group of adventurers who are members of the Adventurers Guild, which is an organization that works pretty much all around Lyvernia, in the different kingdoms and nations, and is generally thought to be kind of politically neutral from those entities. And
Politically neutral now.
the adventurers are all quite new to the Adventurers Guild, and they have their own backgrounds as how they ended up joining. But now they have been called in to take on a big quest for the adventuring company. The adventuring company usually sends out both so-called restricted adventuring companies as well as chartered adventuring companies. The chartered adventuring companies are usually reserved for the more seasoned adventurers and members of the guild, but now everyone in Hinun is on other duties, and as such they've had to bring some of the newbies in on this mission. And as such, our adventure begins in the Adventurers Guild as 5 newcomer adventurers arrive at a briefing where they are met by a Goliath, who is in fact a guild master of the Adventurers Guild in Hinun. You are very much aware of the guild master, though you've never actually interacted with them personally, since usually all the jobs you've been given have been given by some lower ranked members of the organization. Now you stand before the guildmaster, who is briefing you on a mission, which you assume is also quite unusual of a job for the guildmaster to take. Regardless, the guildmaster Garm is speaking to you with respect as you stand before their desk in their office, and Garn begins telling you your mission is to carry this item of great magical importance to the capital city of the Empire of Colton. You are to travel east to Farnlawson and deliver this item to the local guild's wizard, who will know what to do with it. And as the guildmaster is telling this, they present to you a cylindrical case, which is about like 3 feet long, kind of like a map scroll case kind of situation. And they continue. This item is in a container which you are not to ever open. The magical powers it contains are too powerful to handle without proper protection and proper authorization, so you must take this all the way to Farnlawson without losing control of it. This will be your first time going out as a chartered adventuring company, and as such you may have some questions about how this works. I am here to answer any of the questions you might have. But just know that you have much more freedom in what you will be doing than if you were working under restricted companies as you have done so far. So, does anyone have any questions?
Is there a specific route that you want us to take to Farnlawson?
No, as a chartered company, you have free choice of where you will go, but it is likely the fastest route is going to be through the city of Thorn and through Fort Harm, passing through the pass of Landris and following the river all the way to Farnlawson. This way you will be arriving the fastest you would. Although, of course, as is expected of chartered companies like yours, you are expected to be taking jobs along the way and fulfilling them, whether they are from the adventuring company, local adventuring companies, or other sources. So these may delay your travel, or they may also move you to a different direction. Now, we do not have any additional objectives for you to do during your mission. As long as you deliver this scroll to Farnlawson, that will be all. That said, we have heard that in the city of Thorn there is some trouble at the adventuring company, so it would be good if you were able to go through the city and check that out as well.
Is there anyone who would want the scroll for themselves? Have to be careful of anyone.
We do not know of anyone who would be hunting it down or anything like that, so as long as you keep it on the down low and don't talk about it too much, you should probably be fine.
That's fair.
Who exactly are we handing the scroll off to?
The guild wizard in Farnlawson.
He doesn't really care if we show up in a week or in 2 months.
No, you don't have any sort of time limit on this mission. Of course, getting there sooner rather than later is always better.
All
right, that I understand, but a question. I understand that there are people that are not available to be sent here, but why specifically us? Would it not have been better to, I don't know, wait?
It's true that we could wait for some more experienced adventurers to come back, but as they are also part of their own chartered companies, we are not sure when they will be returning. So it was determined that it is best for us to simply go ahead and send you. My underlings have assured me that you five are sufficiently experienced to take on this mission, and you will deliver the item as requested. You of course know what will happen if you fail in your mission. And as the guildmaster says this, you all are aware that getting on the bad side of the Adventurers Guild is a bad thing in Lyvernia because of their omnipresence around the whole continent. So you know what the guildmaster is talking about in that sense.
You see a large dragonborn step forward and say, "Well, you've picked the right people for the job," and slaps the back of whoever's next to him.
Yeah, we're all awesome. I have complete faith in all of us.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guildmaster
So let's-
says, "Yes, we have faith in you as well."
Other than our party, the guild here, and our target in Farn Lawson, are there any others who know of our objective to transport this scroll?
Only the guild here in Hinun and Farn Lawson know of this.
Will word be sent to other adventuring guilds in the other towns and cities along the way, or are you keeping this hush from other guild parties?
Yes,
are
we
you
will
hoping
not
there will
be.
be like people to house us, or are you worried that other people are going to try and snatch our prize?
Well, I mean, it's a job after all. Someone else can do it, so I'd rather be need to know.
Mm.
Yes, the information will not be shared with anyone else. You are of course given your adventuring company charter, and as the guildmaster says this, they pull out a small scroll. You will be given your adventuring company charter, which identifies you as a chartered company, which will give you all the freedoms of as such, and you will be able to gain lodgings and help from the guilds elsewhere. But you do not need to disclose what your actual quest is to them. And let me. Why is it not opening? Please show to everyone. There we go.
Oh shit!
Ooh,
You
Look
get
at
the actual
that.
scroll thing. For some reason I cannot edit it right now, but anyways, it's got your names already on it. And one thing you will have to figure out, I guess, as players, is what name is what name do you want for your company, and you can figure it out, perhaps after this session or whenever. But yes, you gain this, and you take possession of this document.
Is the scroll in a container that's pretty inconspicuous, or is it in a come touch me kind of gold blazing container?
You mean the actual like thing you're supposed to be carrying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a leather case. Nothing like too fancy. Like if you were to see it, you would assume that it's got like some sort of papers inside or something.
Like the thing in National Treasure.
Yes.
They carry it
Exactly.
around
In
the
fact,
entire
yes.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So first
Pretty
order
much.
of business is buy a second one. So then we have
Yes.
Buy 5 of them. Give one to everyone in the party.
Yeah.
Hmm.
is the scroller, the container, just sitting on the desk in front of the guildmaster?
Yeah.
Then I will walk up and pick it up and turn around to the group and ask, all right, so who thinks that they can take care of this the best?
Well,
Does anyone
the
here
question.
have detect magic?
Uh,
I haven't
do not.
tried it.
I don't practice magic, but I believe whoever feels the most confident that they can either run away with it in case the worst comes, or can handle their own share in a brawl. I think that's the person that should be keeping it.
I'm just gonna do it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I can take it because I'll happily run away and protect our precious cargo if needed. So I feel like it's safest in my hands.
Okay.
And you, sorry, just real quick,
Fair enough.
you're freed,
Yes, right.
fried. Okay, fried.
Fred.
All right, so
Fred. Yeah. Fred. His name is
Fred.
Fred. Because that's what it was before, right? It was just
Mhm.
regular Fred. Yeah.
I'll look a little conspicuously at the other Dragonborn. I'll say, well, don't run at just the first sign of a fight and hand it off.
Well, why would I do that? Then no one would hear my great music. Where would be the fun in that?
Oh, you
Nods
play.
and gets back in line.
You gonna pull up your harp during combat?
Well, you never know. A tale does need some exquisite music, does it not?
Maybe
say
we should
even-
be giving the scroll to someone a little smarter just to start.
I'm very appalled by this notion.
You get used to mix up enough.
Well, so
Alright
the
then.
the guildmaster says, "So, do you have any other questions for me, or may I return to my duties?"
uh,
I
one
think we're
question:
good.
what's the
Oh,
reward?
sorry.
Yeah. I'm most interested in the reward.
Well, the
The only
reward is,
reason I'm
of
here.
course, as is for any job in the adventuring company, you will be compensated for your work, and you may keep anything you acquire during your journey, as is standard procedure. I do not know if the wizard at Farn Lawson has prepared anything special for you, but this is how it is.
So shrugs. Fair enough.
And what was the wizard's name?
I do not, in fact, know the wizard's name. I have not been given it. But
Bon just kind of shakes his head a little bit.
We're just gonna
it's like-
go into the Adventurers Guild in Farn Lawson and be like, hey,
Who's the head here?
yeah,
Who's in charge?
take me to your leader.
the guild, the adventuring guild. I understand that you have not visited the other adventuring guilds around Lyvernia, but all the other adventuring guilds operate the same as us. So there is always one guild master, and there is also always one guild wizard. So you will only need to find the one person.
Okay.
All right, simple enough. So, how about When do we start, actually?
Oh yes. So, before you leave, there are two things you should do. Firstly, you should go visit the guild wizard here in Hinun, to gain your guild communicator, and then you should go and we have prepared a cart for you to take along with you on your journey, and but the cart will only be ready tomorrow in the afternoon. So you will have to go. You will have to wait until then. But we have prepared lodgings for you at the edge of the city, near the farm where you are going to pick up the cart from, and the tavern is the Strutting Donkey Tavern. So you can stay there for the night. You can spend your night there, do whatever you wish, prepare for the journey, and then tomorrow in the afternoon you can go and pick up the cart. And the guildmaster also then describes to you which particular farm it is that you're supposed to go to. And since all of you are natives of this city, you know where the Strutting Donkey is. You also know where this farm is, and you won't have any trouble finding them.
All right.
Then I shall thank the guildmaster for his time and grab the scroll and then turn and lead off.
Is somebody going to follow him?
Yeah. 'Cause
Say it.
he's gonna get mugged. He's smiling too much.
He's going to the wizard, right?
Yes, that is
Oh,
where
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, we
headed.
should talk to. Right.
I'm
Then
not
we'll-
just
We'll
running
trail
off.
behind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
the wizard.
So all of you are heading over to the wizard then. You arrive at the wizard, who is just downstairs in the Adventurers Guild, and the wizard is deep in thought, reading through some book as you approach.
I'm gonna clear my throat.
The wizard does not seem to react to it.
Maybe it's a hologram.
Is it like an office? Is he like, or is he
Yeah,
sitting in
yeah.
It's the office. Okay. I wanna just like pick up, just look around, like everything in his office. Does he have like cool magic stuff?
Yes, so you look around and you can see it's you would maybe like describe it rather as like a library than anything else, as it is like filled with books, all kinds of books in different languages. There's scrolls about well, you don't know what they are about, but there's like scrolls all around. There are a few items, trinkets here and there as well, which may be magical or may just be like random curiosities. None of them seem to be like emanating a magical aura strong enough for you to just like know that this is magical.
I see. All right. I'm not paying attention to anything that's happening. Mervin's not paying attention to anything that's happening. He's trying to find he collects any kind of magical stuff. He just, he makes his things out of whatever he can find. So he's very excited that we're in a wizard's office. So he's just looking around. He's not paying attention to anything.
Is Mervin touching anything?
Yes, Mervin's taking stuff off the shelves. Mervin's, he's gonna
Looks like we
pick
have a
up things.
magpie in this party.
All right.
And tell me if there's any I do speak Elvish, so if the magical scrolls are in Elvish, I should be able to read them, but I don't know.
Yeah, like if you actually start reading the documents there, yeah, you just find like the stuff that you're finding there isn't actually like any sort of like magic scrolls or anything. There's a lot of like um a lot of like information about the local area. Like there's descriptions about the local wildlife. There's maps about of the city and things like this. Stuff that is actually fairly mundane to somebody who's already living here.
All right, buddy. Hey, 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 buddy. I can't snap, but
All right. Well, you Mervyn snaps, and the wizard lifts their head and is like, "Yes, may I help you?"
Using that opening, I will boldly place down the scroll container on the table on his desk, and then I'll proclaim, "Well, what's all this then? Huh? Can you tell us a bit more about our scroll here that we're transporting, sir?"
The
do
wizard.
you have detect magic?
I do not.
No, I'm
The-
asking the
Oh.
wizard.
the wizard kind of wearily replies to you, seemingly kind of annoyed about the interruption. Yes, it is magical, of course it is. Didn't the guildmaster tell you about this? Regardless, what are you here for?
We've been chosen as the ones to transport your scroll, so we would like to find out some additional information if you could. Or what that actually is, if anything.
I do not know what this is. It is not my duty to know these things. I am simply supposed to be giving you your guild communicator and sending you off.
Oh. Well, then let's see that then.
That's not as fun, but sure.
What can you tell us
so-
about the guild communicators?
Yeah, so the wizard, they are wearing, gray, flowy wizard robes, and they like lift one of their arms and then pull something out of their sleeve, and out of the sleeve comes out this sort of I guess it would be like 1.5 feet long, something like that, kind of shortish rod, which is completely like you would guess that it's like translucent, but it is glowing with light. But the strange thing is that it's glowing with a light that doesn't seem to actually shine on anything. Like the item itself is glowing, but not emanating any light, which is kind of weird. But yeah, it's a round cylindrical rod. Nothing really special about it, quite nondescript in that sense. But as the wizard pulls it out, all of you can instantly sense, even though even if you have no like magical affinities, you this is one item that you can clearly like sense that this has great magical potential, and is surprisingly powerful for something called just a guild communicator. But the wizard then continues on explaining to you. This is your guild communicator. As you well know, which, by the way, you do not, but the wizard assumes you do. As you well know, this rod allows you to communicate with the Adventurers Guild. It allows you to to create a connection with the closest major guild house, which means usually the closest major city. You may use it to communicate with the guild for any reason you see necessary during your travel, and it can be used wherever you wish. It takes a while to set it up and to actually establish a connection. It takes a few minutes to establish a connection. You simply need to concentrate on the rod, and it will automatically create the connection to whichever is the closest city to you. Now, as you also know, again, you don't. As you also know, this rod is extremely powerful. The adventurous guilds only have so many of these. So this is very important to be kept safe. You are not to lose this. You are not to destroy this. In fact, the destruction of the rod may create magical ripples which can cause immense destruction. This is
Mervin's
understood.
practically vibrating. He's wants it. He's waiting for the wizard to finish talking so he can kind of just grab it. He wants that magical item. It
Great.
sounds so
Yeah.
cool to him.
Yeah, the wizard is holding it just like in front of them.
Great. Now we're carrying 2 nukes. What could possibly go wrong?
Celeste looks at Mervin, sees him jitter a bit, and kind of connecting one and one together, thinks, well, this might not go as well as I thought.
So Mervin grabs it. Mervin can have it now. Yeah.
Yep,
Okay. Now he
Um,
has it.
I actually now in hindsight I realize I should have just created an item out of this. I'll do that for next time. But basically you have the. I'll create a quick hand out of it that
Say,
you have it.
whoa, do we have a case for this, or?
Oh no, I got it. I'll make a nice thing for it.
Yeah, the wizard's just kind of looking at you, kind of just waiting for you to leave, not really replying.
Okay.
I don't think any of us are ever going to touch that again.
Out of curiosity, as I direct myself to the wizard, how much would this be worth if we accidentally did destroy this or lose it?
The wizard's eyes kind of flare up, and they just look at you in disdain. This item is priceless. It takes so long for us to create more of these.
Just asking, as I raise my hands in like, hey, no harm.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or are Mervin's eyes practically glowing right now?
Well, I mean, it's just so cool, man. I've never seen anything like it. It's my new favorite thing. And I have to know how it works. I want to be able to make something like this. Have to. I think at some point Mervin's probably gonna, like, as carefully as possible, like, maybe I know it's just a rod, so I can't, like, disassemble it. But
No, for a moment I was thinking you were gonna ask, like, can I bite it or something?
Hey, can I
But yeah,
throw it?
no,
How
there's
far
no
can I
there's
throw it?
there's no disassembling it.
Is it gonna break
No.
easily?
Are you asking this of the
Yeah,
wizard? The wizard says, no, it is not easy to break, but you You should
So we
still
don't have
take
to worry
care
about
with
someone
it.
like accidentally sitting on it or anything.
Wait,
Yeah.
how does it work? It's a communicator and it's a rod.
Yeah.
The wizard looks Mort straight in the eyes and says, "It's magic, the boy."
I
No
will
further
walk,
questions.
will walk over and put my hand on Marvin's shoulder and say,
Mhm.
well, in due time, if they can make more, I'm sure they can show you. Best not to mess with it too much to fiddle.
Okay, I won't. Mervin's lying.
It's a, I don't know, I'll just give him a tap. And we trust it with you.
Okay.
But any objections? As he looks around at the other three
No,
members.
let him have
None
it.
currently.
I was gonna say, look at Fried and say, none from you. You already have something to protect.
Although, playing devil's advocate here, if I were to have both very valuable things, then we could always make sure that I could get them out safely if we were
I see.
ever attacked or anything. Just
Mm.
saying, you know, don't worry, guys. I'm still going to fight with you. No problem. No problem.
Well, he looks pretty glued to it, so
Yeah. You pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
No. I'm perfectly fine with you having it.
What
I'll
could
say
possibly go wrong?
say to the wizard, sorry for using up your time, and then begin to walk out.
The wizard replies, "I'm sorry too."
Well, then, Mr. Wizard, you won't mind me asking one more question. Does this item work underground and in caves?
The the wizard nods and says, "Yes, it will work wherever you are."
I mean, it's not like it relies on reception or anything.
Yeah.
Right?
We need to build a cell tower just to use it.
Not as
Wow.
far as you know.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Wizard, I think you've been rather handy. So
Mm.
I'll let you back with your books or whatever you're doing.
Nerd. I don't care.
I'll turn around and leave as well.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
leave.
So
Yeah.
you leave the wizard. It is it is beginning of the evening, maybe like early on in the evening, in the city, and yeah, where do you plan
I'll
on going?
The
I'll
cart
just
comes
say,
tomorrow, right?
yeah, tomorrow afternoon. I'll just say, all right, I'm going for a drink. Anyone can do their business. Then I suggest we meet and talk about what we can do, what we're
I could
capable of.
very well go for a drink right now. I think I'm gonna need it.
All right.
Nods in
Yeah.
approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
No one has any other errands they want to do before.
I
We can
guess
do it in
maybe
the
What's
morning.
more important than drinking? Am I right, guys?
So
Well,
I assume you're all heading towards the tavern, then, to the Strutting Donkey.
Mhm.
The Starting Donkey's on the edge of town, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then Mervin's going to go to his house first and pack up the stuff he's gonna take, and it's just an obscene amount of junk. He has like 5 massive suitcases of all
Now I
his
see
stuff.
why we'll need the cart.
Yeah. He just has so much stuff. I mean, none of it's gonna have any bearing on like what Mervin can actually do, but you know,
It's
he's just
just
taking
it's
anything he might
suitcases of
need.
stuff.
Yeah,
Just
it's just
stop.
stuff. It's just stuff that he thinks he can make, because his stuff, everything he makes is, well, he's first level, so I can't actually make magically imbued items, but
He's trying.
that's the idea behind it. Yeah, he's just continuously trying.
Oh, kind of like tinkered with them or something.
Yes, it's just all his tinkering stuff.
Celeste will, before heading to the tavern with the rest of the people, kind of excuse herself, make her way to her house, break the news to her mother that she will be going on a she's part of a chartered company. Gauge her reaction, and then after she's done setting up her luggage, etc., items, whatnot, she will say goodbye and head to the Strata Donkey.
All right. Anybody else going packing, or did you prepare already beforehand?
I was just gonna ask if I was the only one who prepared.
I travel
No, it's-
light with what's on my back and not much else.
All right. Well, we can then assume that you all arrive at the Strutting Donkey. We're just going to assume that you arrive about the same time, though, somehow magically. But I'm going to move you over then to the Strutting Donkey. Now,
Ooh.
quick note. I made this pretty fast, and I did not. I noticed at some point that the scales were kind of weird, so don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about the piano being massive.
No, it's fine.
The piano is like 3 people wide.
Oh, I see the problem.
Yeah,
It's fine.
And the fireplace is like the size of a person, and it's got a pig on it.
It does look good though, all things
Yeah.
considered.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyways, just kind of something visual for you to enjoy here. Now
Just one thing.
yeah.
Can we like delete the player thing on the bottom of the screen? 'Cause it's,
The like
taking up
Oh,
player
yeah, all
list.
the-
You can
massive
minimize.
icon.
Yeah.
You can go into My Settings in the top right, and then scroll down, and it says Player Video Avatar Size, and you can make it names only. You can't actually turn it off, but you can make it names only.
Oh,
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah. Okay.
By the way, could I ask something
yes.
from everyone?
Mm.
Could you change your names in My Settings to your character name brackets, like
Yeah.
in-game name, nickname, because to make it easier to remember for the first few sessions?
Yeah, good idea. So it's on the top there, display name. You just put in the thing and click save name. I also changed my name.
Looks very official.
Yeah.
But yes, so this is not like a combat map or anything you can do. It's just like a visual aid for you, so you can do what you want with your tokens here.
Is that a challenge, DM?
I was gonna say, don't
I
ask
feel
us
like
that.
as soon as I
Don't-
saw this, I was
don't
like,
tell us that.
tavern brawl.
So,
That's what I assumed.
I meant with your tokens,
not
you can move them
supposed to,
around
yeah.
wherever you want.
our Zaldin will look at the barkeep, point to the table that he's sitting at, said, "We're over here," and take a seat.
Wow, you found the table that conveniently had five empty chairs around it. But yes, so as you enter the Strutting Donkey, you see that it's a fairly busy night. There's people around. You see the barkeep there at the bar. They are just doing barkeep stuff as you enter, and they nod at you. Then over here on the left side at the big table, you see some sort of important-looking person. This one in blue, sitting there having some sort of bigger feast with a few other people. In the back, you see rooms where you can sleep for the night, and these are in fact for your team. On the
Stairs.
there's stairs over here, which you cannot use because I didn't
Inaccessible.
make the second floor. But the second floor is just more rooms.
Okay.
Stop telling HJ he can't do stuff.
But then
Second floor
by
is
the
just the void.
yeah,
It's like it's one of those TV sets where it goes up and then there's nothing there.
Mm.
It just drops off.
Yeah, there's the studio lights. But
Yeah.
yes, then in the upper right corner you find the kitchen / storage area, which also scale wise is pretty small. You can see a fireplace in the middle, which is also like it's just a big pillar going up, so it's the chimney going all the way up to the roof there. You see a few people sitting at the sofas there. You see a dwarf and an elf sitting there having a quiet conversation with each other. By the piano, you see what you assume is like the local tavern bard who is playing some lively music on the piano, and you also see a lute besides the piano. Then in the lower right corner, you see a few tables. There's a few groups of people there having their own conversations. There's a group of 3 down here, and there's a group of 2 here, and then there's also the barkeep's assistant servant person there. And then here in the lower right corner, you see a figure who is mysterious figure, yes, indeed,
Yeah.
who is smoking a pipe, and their faces cloaked in shadow, and even though the whole place is quite well lit, for some reason this one corner is kind of like a little bit darker than everything else. But yeah, that's the general gist of this whole place. But yeah, this is a great place for you to just get to know each other, maybe.
Can
I'm
I
going to-
roll to can I
Alright.
sorry 1 second. Can I roll to see if I just know anyone in here, like already? Or
Yeah, so
no?
you
Perception.
wouldn't need to do any rolls for that. You can
Okay.
like see everyone, and
Yeah.
if you were to know them, you would know them. But no,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like there's anyone who any of you know by face in here.
Alright, I'm gonna nudge the bard in the shoulder and I'm gonna tell him, maybe if you play a little music, maybe if you give this fine gentleman over here some accompaniment, we could get a little discount on our drinks or something.
Well, funny you were saying that. I was thinking something rather similar myself, my good friend. I'm rather good at playing the lute myself. So I'll walk over here, and before I do, I'll ask the guy here, the helper, ask your boss to give us some discounts on our meals and whatnot, and get us the good stuff. I'm going to help perform and liven the atmosphere.
Oh, no.
And then before he can
The,
even reply, I'm just going to go off and grab the instrument.
Oh, no.
yeah, the young elven boy just sort of looks at Fried and just kind of nods real fast, like yes, yes, and in fact runs over to the barkeep then.
then I'm going to start. I'm going to pick up the lute and start playing.
The lute, which is also the size of like 2 people.
It's a cello. It's a cello lute.
I guess this is actually the first time we're gonna roll for some dice, because I will require a performance check now from the bard.
Okay, performance is there.
The first roll is performance from the bard. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Did that work?
Nope.
Nope.
Click it again. Nope, it's not doing anything.
I think you'll have to click it again to like roll for like advantage or disadvantage or normal.
It should be a little
Maybe you're
pop
not
up.
clicking.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
yeah. Do I have advantage on this roll or no?
No.
Okay, so normal roll. Oh,
Man.
well, that
There
worked.
we go.
That should work, I hope.
Dirty 20. Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, for performance in this kind of situation, I believe it's basically just like how well it works. and yes, it seems to work well. And in fact, let me see.
What's the little 5 on the bottom screen over there?
That's
It's
my
bonus.
bonuses.
Yes, so Fritz starts playing along with the piano, and it seems like you have a very talented bard along with you, and it seems like also the person playing the piano is quite talented as the two in quite a few, or very very quickly are able to just kind of get in sync and play along with each other, playing this lively tune, continuing on with it. And yes, everyone in the tavern, or most people kind of perk up a little bit, and they some of them are like nodding approvingly and very pleased about this.
Okay, so we have a bard. So what class, what other things can the rest of you guys do? I'm a cleric of the death domain, which doesn't necessarily mean I'm a necromancer. Yet.
Not a necromancer. Mm-mm.
For legal reasons, I am not a necromancer.
Like you've been asked that exact thing before. It's like, oh yeah, death domain, necromancer. Yeah, sorry.
What about the rest of you guys?
Well, my skills include hitting things with an axe. Very hard.
That's good. I'm an inventor of sorts. I like making things out of junk and found items. You know, when someone says, "I know a guy who can get you that," I'm that guy. And Mervin's not that he's not actually that cool. He just thinks he is. You know, I got all y'all covered. I got my stuff here because he's got his suitcases around him, right? Because we haven't gone into our rooms, so he just has them. And you know, what you need, I'll make it.
Pretty cool. So we have a artificer and a barbarian, and a cleric and a bard. And who's left?
That'd be me. So I'll speak up and say, well, I've trained with just about every weapon you can think of. But as of now, my abilities include some very tentative wound care, as well as the ability to sense the presence of certain beings.
What kind of beings?
So I will just quickly use my divine sense to see if there's any. Let's see, it was
Detect good and evil.
No, it's celestial fiend or undead
Oh.
in the area within 60 feet.
For legal reasons, I'm gonna tell you that may pop up in the future, and you shouldn't really worry about it.
Say again, a little worriedly. Okay, but do I sense any celestial fiends or undead in the area, in the tavern?
Are there any angels in this bar?
Uh,
Well,
hold on. So
technically,
what is the range of that?
60 feet.
Let me say. Can you post it in chat?
Oh yeah.
That's basically the whole point.
Um,
Measuring the.
I thought it was an automatic
Strad von
no.
Zerovich.
So
but yes, okay. Yeah, you do not sense anything.
So Strad isn't hiding anywhere here, is he?
here's not. So I think we're safe. Are Asmars considered celestials?
Not really.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Like the typing is yeah, it's just Asimov is just like a humanoid typing.
Yep, they just have some celestial
Some.
blood in them.
Enough to give them wings.
Not enough for you to smell them.
So
Wait,
what
she
does
has
everyone
wings?
look like? No, just a certain subrace of
Oh.
Asmar. Not sure if he does, but then what does everyone look like around the table?
I'm a bright blue dragonborn. I am decently big, and just wearing what kind of looks like plain, normal clothes. Nothing too outstanding. I mean, they're clean and they look like performing clothes. Like I would be pleased to show off in them, but nothing that would belong in like a king's court or whatnot.
I'm in a bright pink getup, which I spent 15 minutes on MS Paint making.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, I have to tell you there is nothing suspicious with my clothing whatsoever.
Not a necromancer.
All right.
Mervin's a half elf, and he's wearing just like he's wearing work clothes, and he's kind of got soot on on his face and stuff. He should have cleaned up for the meeting with the guild master, but he didn't. He forgot it was happening until like 5 minutes before, so he just came straight from his workshop. So yeah, yeah, Mervin's just wearing kind of like a tank top and just like work pants and boots.
Alrighty. So Celeste is about 6'1", golden blonde hair, golden eyes, and suntan skin. She is very muscular and is wearing something akin to that of a t-shirt, like common clothes. She has a great axe strapped to her back, two hand axes at each of her sides, and in her backpack you see protruding from out of there are several javelins. She also has quite a bit of small scars all across her hands, a few across her face. Probably you would think from some light scuffles, maybe as a child.
Good.
And finally, Lars Alden is a fairly large dragonborn. wearing just fresh chainmail. He has a great sword on his back with a shield layered over it, and then a mace at his side. All look fairly new. Very fresh-faced dragonborn with some bangles and some adornments in his tendrils, I'd say they're called. But yeah, it seems like he's a little too clean for the dirty work that we've been doing for the Adventurers Guild.
Almost like he's level 1.
Precisely. Just a babe.
Yeah. Alright. Okay.
All right, cool. Is anything interesting happening?
In the
So,
tavern?
which of you?
Yes.
I mean, you go ahead, Curtis. The interesting thing, I guess, is you're discussing things.
So, we know each other's skills. Now, let's see how well each of you are at cards. How well you can fly, how well you can bluff, etc. And I pull out from my backpack a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
This would be cool in real life if we could just play cards right now.
That would be fun.
I'll lean forward a bit, intrigued.
For legal reasons, I have to tell you that this is the first time I'm gonna play cards.
So are you like dealing the cards or what?
Yep, I'm
Do
shuffling.
we have to
I'm-
roll to see who wins?
It depends on what we're actually doing with the cards, which hopefully Kotetsu will explain the name of the game.
The name of the game is Durak, which translates to dummy. It's an actual card game that is originated in X place. I'm not going to get into details. And the goal is to go through as many of your cards as you can before your opponent.
Like Uno.
In a way, yes.
Mervin's a big fan of Uno.
So what would you have us roll?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're rolling something akin to, if you're proficient with it, it would be a plain card set with either charisma, wisdom, or intelligence, probably your choice, and proficiency if you're also proficient.
Oh, okay, so we're just
I
playing a
understood
game. There
none
wasn't
of that.
an
No,
intent
Okay.
of.
I see.
Okay,
My
Yeah,
choice.
you can definitely play a
just
game.
roll. Yeah.
Cards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay,
anyone else is proficient in cards, though.
I'm not.
Wait,
so
so
it
we
would just
can...
be your flat wisdom check, or flat intelligence check, or flat charisma check. Then
Are we
your
all
choice.
just choosing one of those three, or are we all going to decide which one it is and then roll that?
At least from my understanding or my interpretation, you can choose because there's many different ways to play cards.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. So yeah, you may choose your own whatever you want.
Okay. How do I
Huh.
just do an intelligence roll?
Just click on intelligence. That's how it works in COC.
Oh, there we go. Found it.
A Mort rolled insight.
I didn't know what to roll.
So it was just a flat check of your
Oh.
wisdom. So you could have just clicked your wisdom, but
Well, insight's
regardless,
wisdom,
you still got
right?
the lowest. Right, but if he's proficient in insight, then he gets a +2 from his proficiency bonus rather than just
That's
plus
fair,
3.
yeah.
It had a nice little blue tick on it, and I was like, yeah. I'm probably good at that. Except I wasn't, but yeah.
But it would have been a 5 rather than a 7.
Mervin's
Yeah.
trying to read everyone. No, not Mervin. Sorry, Mort's trying to read everyone and can't. Can't tell what anyone's doing.
Trying to use
Somehow,
psychic powers to read the cards, but doesn't have any psychic
No, I'm
powers
just
to
like
read the
letting
cards with.
everybody else see the cards.
Trying to
Well,
look
Like
at
holding
somehow-
them like
cards.
this instead of like this.
somehow Mervin got the highest.
Beginning
Yeah,
with
so,
your
Well,
password.
Did we
So
bet on
you-
this?
I don't
we
think
bet on
you
this
We
you
didn't agree
you-
on
No, I
you
anything
didn't.
before,
Playing.
right? Yeah.
didn't bet.
Okay.
But anyways, you begin your game of cards, and the game is going quite well, and also Brit is joining in. So it's going pretty well. You all take part. You all kind of understand the name of the game, but none of you are really none of you like really got how to play the game. Celeste is the only one who really like understands the game, but is also having a little bit of a worse day. So none of you perform like super great at it. But you know, you all have fun though. And at the end of the day, Mervin succeeds in beating the others in this game with some beginner's luck.
Well. I don't know whether to call it beginner's luck or quick learner. I have to say, I'm impressed.
Thank you kindly. I am a quick learner and feel like I like this game. I like this game a lot. You know, I would have rather played poker, which is fantasy poker. But you know, we'll do this next time. Next time we bet on it.
Well, if we're judging off of a card game, I'm glad we gave him the communicator.
You can regret that.
I can agree. I can only agree.
Yeah.
So, how is everyone actually feeling about this trip? Excited? Nervous?
We have very little information on what we're actually carrying.
Hmm.
So I suggest we tread cautiously, all things considered. No one here is a ranger, right?
No experience in the wilderness, unfortunately.
Then we gotta play it safe most of the time, I guess.
Well, it seems like we just made Fried here the most important person by giving him the item. So I suppose we should.
Wasn't I already, though? I say, playing a very nice chord at that point. Because I've still been playing whilst playing cards. I've also been playing on the instrument this whole time. That's one of the reasons why I chose the minus roll for wisdom instead of my positive roll for charisma.
Yeah,
Because
you should
I'm
start
still
bringing a
playing the game.
ukulele to these sessions.
I should.
Just
Or a
for
harmonica.
just for fun. Usually this isn't done, but just for fun. Let's have Fred roll persuasion to persuade everyone that you are in fact the most
That person.
important.
Persuasion. Neutral
That should be
roll.
Fred's specialty.
I mean, it wasn't ever really up for question. So I just scream leader, don't I, guys? I mean, just look at me. clearly am the most important person here. Sorry, but I'm the main
Also.
character and you're the side characters, guys. But that doesn't mean we can't all have some fun and sing some good songs.
Celeste turns to Lars Eldin and says, "Well, he definitely screams, at least."
Let a big hearty laugh out. Say,
I'll even
I-
myself let out a small chuckle at that.
Worst thing comes to worst, he'll attract a lot of attention as a target. So that's there.
Big.
Is it- Maybe we shouldn't give the most important item to the most colorful character. I said look around and just give
I
a
mean,
little nod to Fried.
is Fried
Well-
the most colorful one of these, or is it Mort?
That's fair.
I look like a pimp.
Like a bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Ooh.
I am paracetamol given life. Jesus.
Do any of the patrons of the tavern do anything of note around us? And also, this whole time, have we been speaking loud enough so that other people on other tables can hear us?
Yeah, do they know that I'm amazing at cards?
No, I mean, so generally speaking, everyone here is going to be doing what they have been doing. So nobody's nobody's acting anything special. And you can't really hear the other conversations going on. They can't really hear you. There's music. There's more
Yeah.
distance between the tables than you would assume based on the picture, and so yeah,
Can
nothing.
we hear each other with the music?
yeah. So you can hear each other, but you can also. I mean, I guess you can, if you want, you can project your voice in such a way that everyone can hear it. But generally speaking, when you're talking with each other, it's just going to be for you. At least that's as far as you know. Wink,
I
wink.
think it'll be funny
No wink?
if this guy here was like a light cleric and he would become my sworn enemy.
So does Mort wear the colorful robes because that's just his style, or is that to throw people off
You can ask him.
from thinking? Well, I guess oh no, he did say that he was a Death Domain cleric when he introduced himself to
And
us.
that he was not into
Only
necromancy.
to you. And only to you, because you're my party members. And
Yes,
if you see some weird shit, you better not freak out.
Yeah, so Mort, where do you get your clothes? Is that just you? Is there some sort of scheme going on?
Firstly, I have to say that I'm not a pimp. After that, no.
Dig that
These-
hole.
I spent a lot of money on these clothes. I had them custom made, and they have a lot of useful pockets that I keep various things in.
Well, I can appreciate that.
And yeah, the smiley faces are stickers. They're not actually part of the getup. The cat ears are a sad, unfortunate accident that happened with the rest of the robe. So ignore them if you will.
Oh, I see now. Yes. Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Then I think at this point, if enough time has passed, I will get up. Say, well, it's best we get a good night's rest and go to the barkeep and ask which room is ours.
So, first, before that, I would like to ask: Did you order anything while you were sitting? You ordered some drinks, some food, some stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
sent him to do the bard thing just for the discount,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what kind of did you get? Like just drinks? Did you get a lot of food? What kind of amounts are we talking about?
Like dinner.
Enough so that we're well rested after sleeping.
Yeah, just a meal and a drink, I'd say.
Yeah, we all have a meat pie. And drink.
Did someone
Whatever's
have a little bit
going,
more?
really.
All right. So just modest meal, I suppose,
Yeah.
for everyone. Okay. But yes. I guess so you go and chat up with the barkeep then.
Yeah, just ask which rooms we are able to occupy for the evening.
The barkeep says that we don't unfortunately have any vacancies this night. All the rooms have been reserved already.
I'm going to
Don't we all live here? So we can just go home.
Yeah,
No,
we could. Yeah.
we
we-
could
we've-
just go.
we've been given the reservation is for us. We
Yeah.
were told
I'm-
by the guild master.
I'm gonna look for our charter to see if I have that on me, and because I don't remember who took it actually.
I think it was you actually.
We can
Was it?
It doesn't matter. We'll just.
we can
give it
assume
to
it's
him.
it's available to you.
All right, then I'll pull it out and I'll say, "Is this our panel of reservations?" And give him the charter.
The barkeep looks the chart over and is and acts a little surprised and says, "Oh, you are the guild members. Yes, your rooms are the 3 rooms down here," and points at the rooms. I was keeping a tab for your meals, but the guild had already paid for those, so I guess I can take that off.
Well, in that
Thank
case, I'm
you.
going to order multiple more meat pies. I'm bringing them tomorrow.
Then why not order them tomorrow? They'll be fresher.
Oh yeah, is your kitchen open open in the morning? I asked the bartender.
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Then I'll ask for them tomorrow.
Well, hearty breakfast in the morning. Nothing can beat that.
And I'll say, "Everyone all set? Good for the evening before I retire?"
Yep.
Sure, you can retire. Yes. No need to
There's
keep you up.
One of
So
us
I
has to be
don't-
well rested.
so there's 5 of us in 6 beds. So who's getting the solo room?
I'd assume we'd let the lady have the room to herself.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
again, just playing devil's advocate, I'd assume the dragon folk would sleep in the same room, simply because same species. But yeah, just devil's advocate. So
Oh, hell yeah, brother. But yeah, I will
Alright.
just pick the room furthest to the left.
Alright.
I will pick the room in the middle.
You can in
Alright.
fact move your tokens into your beds.
I totally. That is a.
Can you guys give me a minute?
I like that you you start measuring. Do I have enough movement to go there?
Can I move there in an appropriate amount of time? No, I said the tool picked.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the tavern owner one thing. The loot that I've been so efficiently and been playing tonight, who might that belong to? Would that be you, my fine fellow?
The barkeep replies, "Of course, it is a family heirloom."
No.
Well, that's
Leave it on the floor of the bar.
wow. Give me a second.
You try to buy it for him?
Well, if it's a family heirloom, I don't really want to.
Mm.
I would like to hear you have a go on the family heirloom, sir, and then we can compare the uh, reaction from the people in the tavern to my performance.
Mm.
Is he up for it, or
Go ahead and put
Um,
to bed.
yeah, the barkeep looks around a little bit to see that there's nobody like coming over to the bar, and then agrees, and heads over to grab the loot, and looks at the bard playing the piano, gives them a knowing nod, and the bard starts playing a tune, and the barkeep joins in, and let's see now. And they start performing, and they are very much not
Does that say
playing
-6?
Yes, that's a
too
minus.
well. Um, clearly, the barkeep is not trained in in the musical arts, and is basically the whole thing seems to be like that. The barkeep starts playing. They like know how to play the instrument, just not well. And they just start playing, and they play with a lot of confidence. Though they have a ton of confidence in what they're doing, and they just keep on playing. And the bard on the piano is clearly the one who is making the thing sound bearable by kind of improvising based on what the barkeep is doing to keep the tune somehow going somewhere, or else it would all just break apart. This seems to clearly irritate some of the patrons in the tavern, and in fact the dwarf sitting by the fire just shouts and says like, "Get out of here! Get back to the bar!" and heckles the barkeep there. So clearly, it is
Chatter is raiding the
not
stream.
not a good performance.
I am going to. I'll thank him for his performance and for showing off his skill politely, and say your family would be proud of your eagerness and attitude to music. And then I will head to bed.
The barkeep the barkeep smiles at you and just like knowingly like nods his head and is like, "Yes, I know. Thank you," and returns back to the bar.
You both rolled a 15, but the difference was +5 and -6.
No, what kind of modifier is -6?
Yeah, what does he have? A 2 charisma?
What? 2 -4? He has a -2.
Maybe he's got like an injury, like a finger cut off, so he can't properly play the music. You don't know.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
I mean, he's not missing an arm, is he?
No, but you know, some people just aren't too good at some things. All right. But so, you all, I assume, are done for the night. You want to go to bed and sleep. And yeah, the beds are very nice. I do not know the sleeping arrangement you have at your homes, but I would assume that these beds are actually slightly better than what you might have at home. So you know, it's a nice sleep if you like a bed that is better than what you have. Otherwise, it might be bad. And also, I don't know how. Do we have any snorers here? Any snorers in the group?
I'm gonna
Luckily,
roll.
no.
I don't know.
Celeste
Some-
would definitely be a sonora,
It's a good thing she has a
especially
single.
after drinking.
Are the walls thin enough for me to hear the snoring?
No.
I'm not sure it's possible for an elf or a half elf to snore. They're just so graceful.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because elves don't sleep,
full
but
elves,
rather just
yeah, they
meditate.
trance. Yeah, I would think half elves do sleep though.
Yep.
Yeah, I just
Oh,
can't
half
be.
elves sleep.
I'm just
Oh.
yeah, but I'm just immune to the sleep spell though, for some reason.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Challenge accepted.
All right. So yeah, everyone has a good night then, and you sleep and you're well rested in the morning. None of your items have been stolen from you. No
Yay.
ambushes during the night. Everybody is still alive. Everyone has their health and everything. And I'm gonna assume that after this long rest, everybody's going to be preparing or Mort and Mervyn prepare the same spells that they have had already prepared, and we can start the next morning. One second. The people are gone. So in the morning the tavern is much quieter than what it was. In the evening there's nobody really around except for the you know, the people working there. And so you have the barkeep, you have the assistant, you have the chef, and you have
I'm sorry, is this a
actually
giant
one person
pot?
I didn't. Yeah, that's a pot. Or a cauldron. I didn't mention that, but there was a guard actually outside of the door, and is still there.
Shall we agree to just get on to the cart right now?
Still
And,
the afternoon. We can just still sit down, eat breakfast, get whatever we need going, and then we can.
Does
Get
anyone
out of
need
the
to
room.
get any
Get
shopping
out of the
done?
room. Oh, we should get those identical
Cases, yeah.
scroll cases. Yeah,
Uh,
I think
Good
that's a
idea.
good idea.
do we know? Yeah, we do know where to get those cases. This is our gang.
Yes,
This is our street.
our church.
Yeah, probably just any
Yeah.
bookstore, library, any parchment store.
Yeah, we can assume that you can find similar looking or well, yeah, similar looking items.
Yeah, they
I'm
don't need to
going-
be identical because
Probably better that they aren't.
that's more suspicious.
It's more suspicious if they're identical.
I'm just gonna draw a picture of the male genitalia and put it inside my scroll carrying thing.
But so hold on, before we do that, so you have left the strutting donkey.
So I
After
think
having a good breakfast,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we'll be back, right?
on the guild's dime.
Yeah.
We will never be back.
Up to you. So if you guys want to leave your stuff in your rooms and come back and then go. But I'm taking all my stuff with me for the morning.
I'll be leaving my stuff, but I would like to set the snare spell on the inside of the room.
On the room.
So like so the snare spell is let me wait. Let me get it up.
Imagine
It's
what
just
it
a
does.
trap. It's just a I have the echo thing again. So when you cast a spell, you use a cord or rope to create a circle with a 5-foot radius on a flat surface. When you finish casting, the cord or rope disappears to become a magical trap. The trap is nearly invisible and requires a successful intelligence check.
You can just click the
Yeah.
speech bubble and it'll put
Yes,
it.
I can. You're
Yeah.
right. I was thinking about that one. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
I want to put that on the inside of the room, just like where the door is. So all my
Yep.
stuff's protected.
Yeah,
So, like,
basically
gear?
you can put it at the door.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now I must expend that's one of my stuff. No. I have one spell slot. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So you set up a snare at the room, and then everybody leaves.
Well, I do it once more. It's out of the room, obviously.
Yeah. I think actually. Oh no, yeah. Mort would actually trigger it. It's you can't necessarily avoid it. Yeah.
No.
He'd have
But
to.
But I
Yeah.
know
can-
that
but
there's
I
a
can
snare
cast-
cell
No,
somewhere.
yeah, he
in
knows
there, I
it's
assume.
there.
Hmm.
He knows
Yeah,
it's
you know it, but you don't actually you can't do anything about it. Except maybe well, you could trigger it. But anyway, so you have your breakfast paid for by the guild, and then you are going to head off to town then together.
Yeah.
Before
All right.
heading off, Celeste would definitely ask for a couple of meat pies to take along with her.
Fucking hell, that's large.
Man.
All right, you get a few meat
I
pies with you.
assume that the
Already.
guild is gonna give us supplies. Or it won't be much of a quest now, will it?
So the supplies that you would be getting are the ones that you have on your person in character creation. So those are basically what the guild has provided you.
Wait, so
cart.
what's in the cart?
Well, you don't know that.
Oh,
Because we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, you're not there yet. But yes, so
the
you head off.
current has gone here. There's a power cut, so that's why it's all black.
Oh no. But yeah, so you head to town. So I will take you out of the strutting donkey then, and onto the world map, so as to not be distracted by the meat pies on the tables.
Yum.
So we are back in Hinun proper. So so yeah, you go out and you go and buy how many of these
4.
scrolls? 4.
Yeah, one for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And Fred has the real one.
On a second. All right. So you meet up at the local cartographer, who you would know that has similar products there, and you go and ask them about these scroll cases, and they procure for similar looking cases to yours, and they offer to sell them to you at a price of 5 gold pieces
Before we went in, can I have
for all of them.
not gone in with the party so that I'm not seen entering with them? And can the party describe the scroll case to the cartographer? Is there any problem with that?
No.
I think
No
that's
problem.
best.
Cool.
Yeah, good idea.
Or
So it's seen
we
as
could
4 people
have
going
you,
in to buy 4.
Yeah.
And also, like the other party members can then like say that no, that's not it, that is it, like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is possible, very much.
I think
Cool.
he
Should we do
should
that?
go inside because he can bargain to kind of get the price a little down, maybe. Something like that.
Sure. I can go in.
I'll elect to just wait outside with the real one then, in the meantime.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that then. A group of 4 of us enter, and I will try and barter. As charismatic as I am.
First of all, brave of you to split the party. Nothing. I said
A portal
nothing.
opens up. You're separated forever.
I have my assault horn. I can just blow.
I was expecting you to say assault rifle, and I was like, wait.
Oh, of course.
Hold on.
The American has come out.
That's standard equipment for a Dragonborn, right?
American Dragonborn, yeah.
we get to the right level, it will make you an assault rifle.
That's true.
Oh yeah, she can make guns.
All right, so Frid goes and barters up with the shopkeeper. So what are you exactly doing? What are you offering?
I guess I am persuading him to give us a lower price, because I think his prices are too steep.
Extortionate.
So I'm going to show off the seal that we have, showing that we are a chartered adventuring party, and then I will emphasize how we're doing good work that helps keep people safe, and very important work, and it would be very rude of this cartographer to charge us such an exorbitant price.
How do you offer any sort of like price point back to them? Do you counter with anything?
No.
Or are you just asking for a discount in general?
I'm asking for a discount in general, asking him to be reasonable and to look at what society needs and how this will help him as well if he ensures that adventuring parties like ours have the equipment that we need. So I'm letting him set the price.
This is why your prices
I just
suck.
realized that we
lower.
could have just, when you showed the charted document, we could have just put it on the company itself.
Oh, we could.
I don't know if we could have done that for everything. I think
Charge
that's
the
just
guild.
meals.
Fuck it.
This is like an unlimited credit card that they've given us. Yeah, but I think we'll pay for this one, whatever happens.
So, okay, so Frid then does this great speech about unity and righteousness and everything, and then you roll for persuasion.
The moment of truth. Ugh. Ooh.
Great.
The cartographer they look at they argue with Frid about the importance of helping random guild members, and how all of you adventurers always barge in asking for discounts when the craftspeople have put good time into creating these beautiful works of art, and and he's clearly not too impressed, but
Do we get like
is
a partial discount?
but is offering you to sell the four scroll cases for 4 gold pieces instead of 5, and you feel like this is as low as they are going to be going.
Thank you, kind sir. That's a lot more reasonable. And I'll
The Lord
just
President.
I'll make it known that I'm in the right here, and I feel like I'm in the right, and everyone should know that. But yeah, we will pay that.
Okay.
All right. So does somebody want to take it off there? I know you put your like initial gold pieces into your character sheet, so somebody can just remove 4 from that.
Well, seeing as I was bartering, I will take it off of mine.
Yeah.
So
We can pool all the money together at some point,
Yeah.
and like use a general gold inventory, but
Bank.
for now we'll just use those. But yes, congratulations, you procured 4 sufficiently similar looking scroll cases, which are empty.
Then
How
I'll
large are
Except
they?
for Mort, that has a dick
Oh, yeah,
drawing
yeah.
in it.
Yeah. Mort added a drawing.
So yeah, we'll leave the cartography store, and I will trade with Larzen. Zaladin?
You could just do Lars if it's
Lars.
easier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say Lars. Yeah.
I think I would actually I should mention that these scroll cases that you bought, they weigh like 1 pound, 1 pound each. But the scroll case, which I'll just say, I'll just note that you don't know that there is a scroll inside it or anything. It's just a scroll case.
Yeah,
but
we're assuming.
It weighs like 4 pounds, so it is considerably heavier than the ones you have.
Can we just put random stuff in it so that we can make it around
A
the
few
same weight?
rocks or
If you want
something.
to.
Yeah. So
Well,
it's
as we've been handling mainly me, been handling this scroll case, has it rattled at all whilst we're walking, moving, swapping it from one person to another?
Yes.
It's not a big, is it?
I
Oh,
was gonna say, what do you find out just short of actually just shaking it?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not shaking it.
We're not purposefully shaking it.
Okay, well then you know there's some sort of item inside of it, but that's about it.
Or does it
there's
sound like multiple small things, or
No, it sounds and feels like there's one item in there.
Okay.
Yeah, like so, like if you turn it like a rain stick, you can feel like a
Uh,
scroll
So
sliding.
my vibe is it's sounding like, for example, a metal rod inside, and it might knock against the inside of the leather occasionally, or yeah, I just
No. So I guess you would. I mean, I assume, yeah, as you manipulate it, you probably actually feel it as it is. So what you can tell just by handling it is that it is. You would guess that there is something inside, which well, basically, what you imagine being inside there is basically just like another like case of some sort, or something like similar, but it's like rectangular in shape instead of round. So you would be able to tell that, and you would be able to tell that it's about like the same, almost the same length as the scroll case as well. So it doesn't like move from if you rock it from one side to the other. It doesn't move a lot there. It just moves a little bit, and yeah, you can tell that there's like something with four corners in there. So that's about it that you can discern from moving it around. You don't know what kind of material it is, because the case itself is like leathery and stuff, so it doesn't like really give off very different sounds based on what is hitting it. It's all kind of just a muffled, nothingness. So you can't really tell the material or anything like that, but you can tell the shape and size of the item inside.
Everyone
Food
good to
break.
go
Oh,
then?
the snacks have come up. All right. Can we move to the cart now, or does anyone have any other shopping?
I'm good to go.
There are a few things Celeste would like to buy before actually heading out. A crowbar and a whistle. Or a horn. One or together.
Whistle as in like... Oh, yeah. It's like a sounding... Yeah, producing
Yep.
sound items. Yeah, you can find those easily. So signal whistle will cost you 5 copper piece. You'll get these at just like market price. 5 copper, and then a crowbar is... It is... Where is it?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's 2 gold for a crowbar.
Alrighty.
So 2
very
gold
much.
and 5 copper, and you can remove it from Celeste's inventory, that
Yep.
money.
We
Very
have
good.
an artificer, right? Maybe you should work on kind of like a flex seal or something that will make it very difficult to open the scroll cases, so that in case they find it out, they say, "Oh, okay, we can just open this and say, yeah, this probably ain't it." Just in
I mean,
case.
there's
I
level 2. I think they get their infusions. So obviously,
glue or some kind of
do
spell,
whatever.
whatever it is.
I do have the magical tinkering ability, but
Let's make it overall harder to open. Just
no, I can't even.
I mean, it's leather. If someone wants to cut it open and they're determined, it's
Yeah.
glue isn't going to stop them. They can just cut
yeah,
into
but
the
they
leather.
probably want to get the scroll inside, no? So they try to open it through regular means. It'd be very difficult for them to open it if it's.
Well, not many people know what it is, so
Yeah,
I mean,
but
No.
it'd be
assuming
better to
that somebody
draw.
who knows what it is and thinks, "Oh, this is a cool magic scroll that's
Yeah.
cool." So
At
just
second
prevent
level,
that.
I might be able. At second level, I might be able to do some sort of alarm, but I can't right now.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of things you can do.
And
At-
it'd be
You can-
funny for them to break open the seal and see the picture of the penis.
Yes.
That would be.
At
level 2,
at level 1, Mervin can do the magical tinkering, and one thing that you could do, which could work like as something, if you wanted to do it, is the second feature of it, which says that whenever tapped by a
Yeah.
creature, the object emits a recorded message that can be heard up to 10 feet away, so not
10
very
feet
far away.
Yeah.
And
Be very
you
quiet
could like
alarm.
have, yeah, that could be it, but yeah, it's not very, like
Yeah, that's probably
if you're 10 feet away from the item, you probably notice if somebody's going to be taking it. So, but that would be a choice.
Would
you
that?
also,
Sorry, yeah, go on.
no, that's okay. You can also just make a bag of holding at the second level, and then you just have it there. Not to
What's a bag
play
of
on play ca-
holding?
it's Mary Poppins magic bag.
Oh, so it's like a pocket dimension.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
If someone had the scroll case on them, on their person, and it did have that tinkering so that you heard if it was tapped, if someone tried to take it off you with a sleight of hand, would
It would.
would it then go off, or would the sleight of
If
hand
they would
prevent
touch
that?
it, if an unauthorized person would touch it, I think it should go off. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. I
As-
can set an alarm.
as far as mechanics go, you specifically need to double tap it. However, for the purposes of like somebody trying to sneak in and take it, you could just literally, like when you prepare spells, pick alarm and ritually cast alarm, so that
Yeah.
anybody who gets near procs it.
Is alarm no alarm? So I'd have to expend a spell slot every single time we
No.
want to.
So ritually casting a spell
Right,
just
yes.
requires. You know it? Okay, never mind then.
Well, just explain it for people who don't know what it is.
All right. So some spells have the ritual tag on them, which means that depending on what class you are, if you're either prepared it or if you have it in your spellbook for wizards, you can ritually cast it, which means that you can spend 10 minutes plus the spell's casting time to cast it without expending a spell slot.
Oh, so these are pretty good outside combat, but
Yep.
won't be
Yeah.
that good out in combat. Yeah.
And it's not
Yeah,
every
generally,
spell.
generally you can't really do rituals in combat. Like technically you can. You need to keep your concentration. You need to just keep doing that thing. But you know, it's not usual that at least not usual for player characters to do any ritual casting in battle. But
It would be like
who knows what happens?
600 rounds of combat to
Yep.
60. It would be 60. 60 rounds of combat would be a ritual cast.
10.
No, it's 10 minutes and each
10
round
rounds
is
for a minute.
10 rounds for a minute, and then
So
10
you
rounds for
100 rounds
10
of
rounds
combat.
to cast
more
alarm.
yeah, it'd be
like-
100. Yeah, it would be 100 rounds. 100 rounds is 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Anyone
Then-
else have any other last minute shopping?
Hold on, let me get this straight. So did you do anything to the scroll case?
I can do. Wait, which level is alarm?
I mean, if
wait,
it's unless if it's like a cantrip, don't waste any spell slots on this.
No,
Uh,
but ritual casting
Oh yeah,
means I
ritual
can.
is free.
it'd be just a 10-minute.
If you've got the spell prepared,
But
that
it's-
is.
Well, I don't.
It's
quite
area
know how that-
based. It's not. You can't really cast it on an object.
You cast around the
Okay.
object.
So it'd have to
That,
be when
that's-
we're
that
during
suits our
a
purposes.
long
Oh, no,
rest
it
or
doesn't.
a short rest.
Yeah.
Like, would you mechanically be able to cast it on the cart? If the
I think
cart
we
yeah,
should
that's
figure
true.
this out
More of
when
a
we're taking a
physics.
long rest. And
Oh,
proceed
absolutely,
the
yeah.
plot.
I mean, yeah. So it alarm would not work on this. Yeah, plus also it does. You would have to be reapplying it quite often as well if you wanted to have it like all the time on the thing.
Yeah.
Well, let's just not bother. Let's just go to the cart.
Let's go to the card, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
alarm
I
is
mean,
something
though
you
my
can't
magical,
you can't infuse it
you
yet
know what?
anyway.
I'm gonna do the magical tinkering anyway because it lasts indefinitely. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna do the small. I guess I'll do it on the lid, or I guess the whole thing. The whole thing. If someone tries to take it, it'll do an alarm. I mean, it will be fairly quiet, because the thing doesn't let me do it. It's
Wait,
10 feet away.
can you make them
can
all
hear
look the same?
Oh,
Or is that already assumed?
Well, we don't want
No,
them to look
second.
identical.
Yeah, I think we're okay with the cases we have.
Different.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
You can personalize
I
yours.
can also only have 3 effects active at one time.
In only one object, you only hold one effect.
Yeah.
And
But I could,
they have to
yeah.
be tiny objects, unfortunately, as well.
Oh, they do.
Is this a
You're
tiny
right.
object?
You're right.
I mean,
It's,
it is
I
a
think
scroll case.
I don't think it's tiny.
Well, were we given the dimensions of the scroll case?
Good lord.
This is taking too long.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like
okay.
it's like 1 to 2 feet long. So you
No,
know,
it's not tiny. Okay.
yeah.
What's considered tiny?
Tiny is considered like barely a foot.
Bowling.
Yeah.
Slightly smaller, I'd say, but yeah,
Yeah.
like a cat size, so to speak.
Where I'm from, cats
Or
are
even
bigger. Okay, no, let's go with the plot. Let's go to the
Yeah. But yes, so yeah, that's true. Good point. It's tiny non-magical
Yeah.
object. True.
You're right.
So it will not work.
Oh well. Okay.
All right. So somebody else
Brady will
still
just
wanted
have
to
to be
do
extra
something
vigilant.
else.
All good. Ready for the cart.
All right.
Yep.
So then
Everyone's
we'll head
ready.
over to the cart.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're all going to the cart.
I disable my snare trap. I get all my
Well.
luggage.
Oh yeah. You go back to the tavern. So, you arrive at the tavern. Let's do that first.
Lord.
You arrive at the tavern. You see. Hold on. Let me bring you in here.
Yeah, who's hanging?
It's all on fire.
You arrive at the tavern, and you see that the servant is. Oops. Hold on. I need to move this other thing as well. You see that the servant is like lying on the table there with the barkeep putting on some like bandages. Seems like they have hit their head pretty hard on something, and they are being patched up on the table as you arrive.
Did I hurt the person who was doing turn down service?
Housekeeping,
I mean,
actually.
it's on the head, isn't it? And this is a rope that breaks your leg.
No, it
Oh,
like
But
be.
it hangs you
it
upside down.
hangs you upside down
Oh.
like a bat.
Rabbit snare.
This is
I'll
some
go
weird
over and ask
thing.
what's wrong, what's happening.
The barkeep tells you that the boy was going to your rooms to do housekeeping, and I don't know what happened. Must have tripped on hold on. What's the word for that in English? The thing you have on doors at the bottom.
Doormat?
Oh,
No, not doormat, but like the
Talking about molding.
molding. Like yeah, like if it goes a little bit up by a
yeah,
door, the floor.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Door sill. Yeah, so yeah, assuming that they have tripped on that. Yeah, the barkeep says, must have tripped on that or something and hit their head pretty bad. I don't know really what was happening. I was I was upstairs in what we call the void. I was up there when this happened and came down as I heard him screaming. Seems a little disoriented though. Says some sort of magical beast attacked. Say, you are from the Adventurers Guild, aren't you?
Yes, I
Maybe you could investigate this magical beast.
We'll keep
Sure,
it in
of
mind.
course. There's if it's in our room, it might also be of danger to us. I'll gladly help. You guys have given us great service, and I will make sure that this establishment is protected. And then I'll ask which room the boy was attacked in.
It was the one here on the right.
Okay.
Can
So
we
I'll
speak
call
to
over
the boy?
Mort knows that there was a snare in my room.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
only Mort and I know. Yeah.
So I'll call over to the group saying, there's been a problem in one of our rooms. A beast has attacked one of the staff here. Let's go investigate to see if there's any issues. And I will head towards this room. And then you guys can either follow, talk amongst yourselves, or whatnot. But yeah,
Do you enter the room?
Oh no, my things!
Celeste will definitely follow and will take the axe, great axe, off her back and wield it with two hands, ready for anything to jump out of the room.
All right.
I'm
Well,
just gonna
I would like
momentarily run out of the tower.
Frid and Celeste then to roll perception.
Perception. This is
Oh, it activates for them too?
Perception.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, and also let me just double check. Snare is only once, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Yeah, until triggered. Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah.
So, as you enter the room, Frid does not see anything out of the ordinary going on here, and Celeste notices a slight, small crack on the floor. One of the floorboards seem to be slightly cracked, and that is all that you can really discern right away from jumping in here.
Is there a window in the room?
No.
All right, Fred, keep an eye out. The beast might be anywhere.
I've run out of the tavern. I just want you guys to remember that.
All right, Mort has left the party. Let me move you outside then.
I'm just outside of view of the guard, and I'm just standing there.
I'll walk and
And I'm
just
waiting.
tend to the kid and see if there's any bad injuries.
Yeah, I feel bad. I'm gonna stand over by the kid too.
I guess I'm currently then just investigating the room.
So Marvin knows.
Looking under
No,
the
Marvin
beds,
knows
for
exactly what's
example.
Marvin knows what's
I'm
happening.
gonna wait 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I think
Laz,
Mort should also know
roll
what's going on.
Laz, roll medicine to help with the
It's like
assistant.
just dip, so you have to
Stress.
do the work now.
So it seems like you and the barkeep are both equally skilled at taking care of these injuries, and you feel quite confident that everything's going to be okay, because you seem to be, you both seem to be, you know, if you're both doing the same thing, it must be the right thing, right? So everything must be fine.
Both of them just
So
patting him on the head where he's been bumped.
Just
Okay,
making sure he has
just
a
tell me
heartbeat.
after 10 minutes have passed when I come back into the scene.
Okay.
yeah, so Frid and Celeste, then you continue investigating the room.
Yep, I am going to check that crack specifically.
All right. Please roll your investigation skills then.
This can only go well.
Or-
I don't see anything. I can't find anything. There's just this crack that's here. Maybe he must.
Frid's investigation as well.
Okay, my investigation is that.
Wait, if he failed the perception, does he get to roll an investigation?
Yes, because
Or-
Celeste can
it's-
point out
Oh,
that
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
there's a
whatever.
crack.
Different, yeah.
I was looking under the beds though, and just like in general.
Yeah. So you investigate the room. You find Mort's stuff. You find Mervin's stuff.
It's very difficult to move around the room because, again, I've got like 5 massive suitcases.
Yeah, and you also investigate the crack in the room. You can't really like tell too well. Like you're not really in your element here. So you're not exactly sure if you're like finding clues or just red herrings. But in general, your overall deduction of the situation is that something heavy has dropped on the floorboard and cracked it slightly.
Gotcha.
So basically, that was a very roundabout way of saying that he didn't learn anything new.
Okay, I'm going to
I mean,
proudly.
you did learn that the crack has been caused by an object falling on it rather than, say, hitting it from below.
Cool. I'm going to proudly walk out of the room and say, "There's no threat in this room. Rest easy, everyone." Yeah, I'll see how everyone's doing over here.
Okay, so let's assume that I'm back in the fold now, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull what's her name? Mervin aside,
my character.
and I'm just gonna be like, shh, let me do my thing. And then I'm gonna just announce to everyone that I saw a massive rat scurrying off in the distance. Back into like this hole in the pavement. And I'm going to say, for a low, low price, we will get rid of this dangerous being for you guys.
All right. I'm gonna have a Mort roll deception on this one.
Oh no, I did not anticipate rolling. How do Where's deception? Oh no.
How?
Never assume rolling, but always expect it.
I thought we could just tell them straight out and they would have to take a call on that, but no.
No.
What's when you're
No.
lying, basically.
Yeah, I mean, usually if
I
you
did not
are
expect that.
you are telling lies, you will most likely have to roll for it.
No, because yeah, no, because yeah, don't
So the
lie if
barkeep-
you have weak charisma. is the lesson that I have learned here.
The barkeep tells you that well they tell you that they've dealt with giant rats before and have never seen them do anything like this, and that the like wound that the servant has does not seem to coincide with a giant rat problem. In fact, it seems like the tavern keeper is somewhat of an expert of dealing with giant rats, and sending adventurers on quests to deal with them. And they do not seem to be too convinced that this would be
I'm just gonna say
that
something
issue. And
like,
but they
I
do
just,
thank you.
Maybe you should just know that there's a rat out there somewhere.
Yeah, they do thank you for the information and let you know that they will be contacting the guild to deal with this separately, but it is not a pressing matter right now.
All right. So, is it possible for us to get our to-go meat pies now? Or
Wait, can I take care of the child
or is the child
before
that cooked?
that?
No, the cook's in the back in the red.
Okay. Okay. So we should, yeah. So then I would like our meat pies when possible. Thank you.
So,
Do I do
so
any
let's-
better than these guys with the medicine check?
So let's
You go
will-
help. So you go and check what the barkeep and Laz are doing with the servant, and you notice that they aren't really doing much. Much that helps. You can give them a few pointers and tell the barkeep like what to do, actually, if you want.
I'm gonna take a boy to the side and I'm gonna tell him, next time you get hurt, go to the hospital. These guys don't know anything.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear.
Next time you get hurt, go to the hospital. These guys clearly don't know much about injuries and stuff.
All
Would
right,
there be a
you
hospital back in those
whisper to
days?
them.
Or in this town?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, there should be.
All right. So Celeste will go over to the servant boy. We'll look him up and down. Bit of a scowl on her face, not directed at the boy, but just the town in general. Well, and she will say, well, we couldn't find the beast, but well, you're a champ if you faced off against somebody like that and survived, something like that and survived. And she will tap him on the back and use healing hands and heal him for 1 point of HP.
All right. You heal the servant whose wound closes, and they seem to be far less disoriented now, and they look at Celeste and just nod very quickly and just say thank you.
Let's go to the cart, please.
Yeah. Okay. So we all go to
So
the
you
cart.
you get
Yeah.
your stuff and you leave with the mystery unsolved.
We don't have time for such things right now.
No.
I mean, you have all the time in the world. You don't have any time limits on anything.
No, we don't have any
Mort,
time.
we take this to our graves.
Like in general, you don't need to worry about like time passing on a macro scale in the game.
We're trying to rush things along and maybe
Yeah.
push them in the right direction, if you know what I mean.
No, I mean you don't need to do that. If you don't like, you can take all the time you want. Just remember that. But anyways, all right. So you head out of the strutting donkey, and as you leave the tavern behind, I do wonder if anyone. It's always one of those situations where I'm like, did anyone even get it? Anyone get it? The clever, the clever
mysterious
reference
figure.
of the whole thing.
The name of the bar?
Yeah, and if
Yeah.
in fact if you had investigated the person in the corner, you would have probably guessed it as well. But
Right.
actually, I'll leave it. You can ponder it on your own
Was it
time.
Aragorn?
Anyways, so
Aragorn?
you head off to the local farm where you were instructed to go to, and there you meet a farmhand who introduces themselves and and show you the cart and a mule also attached to the cart that is actually pulling it around, so you're not pulling it around. So they just show you them and like give you tips on how to deal with the animal and how to repair the cart and stuff like that. And they're just like giving you a like a car sales pitch on the whole thing, giving you the features and telling you about it, and then just like being, oh, okay, there you have it.
That's pretty cool.
So is it just
Do you have any-
a cart? Yeah. Are there how many people can the cart fit, or is the cart able to pull people as well?
Okay, so this is not really for people. It's for like
so.
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's you could like put like 2 people in it, but it's first of all, it won't really like speed you up in any way, and there's no like seats or anything. It's for pulling items, hauling items around. And so from the perspective of game mechanics, we can assume with this cart that you don't need to take care of the mule. It travels with you. It's easy to take care of. If you do go into some rough terrain, then there might be some issues with it. It might slow you down. You might have to do some checks, stuff like that. But generally, if you're just going by the road, it will just be there with you. You'll move at your regular speed, and you can use the cart. We can assume that you always have access to the cart, except in situations if I specifically say that you are now separated from it, and you can use it as a kind of shared inventory.
Does anyone have? Is anyone good with animals, or can you speak to animals, or something like that?
Shake my
I
head.
don't think
no.
I have animal
No?
handling.
Okay. There's a skill for that.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
animal handling.
Yeah, it's just called animal handling for this exact
There
situation.
is. Wow.
I guess Celeste would be the only one probably who would naturally be likely to have animal handling as a skill and does not. So, as is one of the like barbarian class skills.
Yep.
Right.
I will be picking you up later, but not now.
Okay.
Yeah. So Celeste will be spending some time with the mule.
So I think that decided that Celeste will be.
the driver.
Okay.
You are on
Yeah.
donkey duty, Celeste. Enjoy.
Oh joy!
Is there anything on the cart?
But yeah, we can actually assume that Celeste is the one who takes care of the animal and as such kind of gets trained in that. But yeah, there's nothing in the cart. It's an empty cart.
Except for all my stuff.
Yeah, like
My
you can
suitcases.
now decide what
Um,
you put in the cart.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no,
Try
all
to
my
leave
stuff.
most of it at home. Please.
No, it's all my tinkering stuff.
So we got that. Anyone else? Do we want
Let us
actually,
be
I'll
off.
say, let's Adam will
Adventure
say.
begins.
So do we want people in the front to look out? Anyone who's better with vision? Do we want someone in the back to watch our backs? What would we like to do if Celeste is already working with the donkey?
Who's the barbarian? Oh, Celeste.
I'll
Celeste.
stay up with Celeste, and I will lead us to our destination.
Playing a
I'll be-
jolly
I'll-
tune.
Yes, perhaps.
Mhm.
Well, when we get enough money, I'll probably join you in the Jolly Tune at some point.
So
I do have 2 instruments, though.
Do we want to do like a marching order on the side? Just put
Um,
whoever's where.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea. You can do that. I wanted to mainly know like what are you actually doing? Where are you actually heading off to?
Yep. So
oh,
Oh,
everyone good
Uh,
with yeah, we
Thorn?
didn't even discuss the
Yeah.
path. Yeah.
yeah,
Of
to
going.
Fawn. Yeah, the suggested
Whoever-
route.
Whoever was measuring at the beginning, I think, had the best path when they were
yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't think
through.
Dupe prepared for anything other than Thorn.
I don't think that's it. I think he prepared quite a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
But either way,
I
I
may
do agree
or may not have prepared for something else.
that- Always assume he is. But yes, I'd say if anyone is in agreement with Thon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's money to be made in Fawn,
No,
according to the
it's-
guild master. So let's head there.
How do you
Mhm.
get the points to show up?
A right click.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright, so did we want to have Celeste lead the party, or did we want to have
Oh.
someone a little bit ahead of them so we don't
I
just
think
throw the animal handler and the donkey?
someone tanky should go ahead, and the soft people should stay behind, like in some
Mm.
kind of
Then I will
triangle.
march a bit ahead just to give Celeste some breathing room with the donkey.
So what I'm interested in more than the like marching order is probably like the distance, because if you're all in like one small group, then it doesn't really matter what your order is. But if somebody's like
Oh yeah, it's
far ahead or far behind, then
No.
that's more important.
No,
I
I was
suggest-
letting in the
close
cart.
proximity.
I suggest
Yeah.
just everyone stay in the cart, and whoever wants to be on with me can stay with me.
Later, when I get undead, maybe I'll ask them to scout. But as of now, we'll go and do it.
It's generally a bad idea to ask undead to scout because they cannot speak.
That seems to be their problem. They're gonna scout.
And also, I don't
So-
know if sending around undead creatures is
Oh, yeah.
necessarily an advisable thing. I'm just saying
Also
that, just so you know.
That
In
makes sense.
general, having undead creatures around you is probably not a good idea in like civilized settings.
Especially when you're not there to advocate for yourself. Say
I
I'm
realize
not
how
into
dumb that
necromancy.
sounded now. Yeah. Yeah, just let the zombie go and do the scouting duty. Well, what the worst guy perhaps?
Yeah. So is this just one like well-worn road?
Yeah, so any of the like roads that you see on the map here, because this is quite a macro scale map, so any of the roads you see on this map are like well kept roads, where you can assume that you will move at regular speed. There is no difficult terrain on these. You can in general assume that there is that they are like you will meet other travelers, especially here around Hinun, because there's a lot of traders going in and out. So in general, on these kinds of roads, you can assume that there's not going to be too much trouble. Well, I mean, of course, last week we saw some trouble, but but that was then. That was different people,
Not our
Uh,
problem.
yeah, not
Yeah.
your problem.
We passed by the bodies of the other group.
They were somewhere here, weren't they? Like they were trying to get to Landris, if I recall.
Yeah, they
Um,
were in between Thon and Fort Harm, I believe.
Or somewhere here, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we aren't the
Uh,
first party that they've sent to, but we don't know that yet.
So, but yeah, so yeah, you can assume that the roads are like good and mostly safe.
Awesome.
Right on.
All right, then we will begin in our group.
Okay. So you are traveling towards Thorn. I assume you take pretty much like a regular pace on this trip, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Does anything eventful happen on the way?
Well, we'll
Find
get to
out.
that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
There has
But
to be something.
yeah, I wanted to just tell you that it's going to take you about 3 days, so you will be arriving at Thorn at the current pace, like in 3 days in the evening, basically. So yeah, you move at a regular pace. Are you like specifically looking out for anything troublesome? Are you
I'm
like
trying
keeping
to
your
seek out
eyes open?
traps and see if there's any good spots to ambush. Maybe we could sort of take the safest possible road.
What hell
By
has your character
traps-
been through? Jeez.
By yeah, by traps, do you mean like ambushes specifically, not like
Any
traps
place
as in like a
maybe good
pitfall
for
or
an
something?
ambush.
Yeah, okay,
Maybe
yeah, I get it.
Maybe like
Like
a,
a
you know
like
those
a
traps
tap
where you step on it and you fall down and it's because
Pitfall?
they dug a hole. Yeah, pitfall essentially.
Wait,
I don't know.
so you are also looking for that kind of traps?
Yeah, just keeping an eye out.
That would slow you down a little bit if you're like constantly looking for investigating for traps.
Well, I'd say just as long as it's a main road, definitely just look out for maybe just bandit ambushes. But besides that, I think that
Yeah,
if
not
there's other
traps.
travelers, it's a populated road.
Yeah, a
Should be
popular
alright.
road, as long as we're not just staring at our feet and just keeping
Yeah.
an eye out
Yeah.
on what's the surroundings have, just generally, then we should probably be fine, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yep. All right. Okay. And we can also assume for this trip that the meat pies you procured at Hinun are going to be enough to feed you on this trip, so you don't need to worry about your food otherwise. Your meat
Do
pie
we have
loot.
to worry about our food after
Saves.
this?
Sometimes yes. Yes. You do have like rations and everything, travel rations that you are consuming daily.
So basically, we could resupply at cities and get what we would think to be an appropriate amount of rations, and then use
yeah.
the.
We should also be able to hunt if we're just in grasslands.
If you're
Yeah.
proficient in survival.
Oh yeah, we need a ranger.
No, you
Yeah.
still absolutely can, but obviously if you have someone who's proficient in survival, it
Oh.
helps a lot more. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, I would like to point out that this is for many of you around the end of the first day, or we can say in the morning of the second day, when you take a step towards Thorn, you will be further away from home than you have ever been.
Where have we heard that one before?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So yeah, you will yeah, it might be a big thing for some of you, it might not be a big thing for others. But you'll be basically going further away than you've ever been and seeing like new lands now, so you will be away from your familiar lands. Now the first night then, I assume you keep some sort of watch order and some sort of watch.
Indeed.
Do you we can basically just say that you when you're having like a rest, we can assume that you hold on, I'm like wondering, what are you measuring here?
I'm trying to find the sea route. It's way too long.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, you rest for 8 hours. We can assume you prepare your spells at least at this level. Like, yeah, it won't take long for you to switch your spells out and stuff like that. You eat and yeah, you keep watch. We can just assume that you divide your night into five blocks of
Yeah, we'll take
watch.
shifts.
Yeah, and you will take shift there. And I think we can just like determine now what the shift order is, and we'll keep it in general for the rest.
Celeste will go first because she does not like being interrupted. She does not like having her sleep interrupted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mars.
gonna pick the time of night when it's the darkest. So like 3 a.m.
Then
Mhm.
Lars will go second.
I'll go third.
Yeah. Then I guess I'll go fourth.
That means I go last and have full sleep as well. Nice.
Yeah, we can assume everyone gets their full sleep, of course. There.
Uninterrupted, I mean.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So we'll go with that order. In fact, let me just reorder you in the player character menu based on that.
What?
There we go. So it's recorded there, for example. Okay, so the first night you set up camp, and it's exciting. It's your first camp out. You set up. You have your meat pies, and is there anything you like do when you're camping?
Just relax.
Celeste will go into a bit of a contemplation that she's, well, as the reality is starting to set in, that she's actually not home anymore. She will take a nervous breath of air, and, well, attempt to relax.
This is the first time I've left Henowin since I came here as a refugee. Since my old guild chucked me out because I can speak to dead people, etc., etc. So this is gonna be a kind of watchful experience for me. As I
I'm
try to
sorry.
watch.
You can speak to the dead?
No, I'm talking as like generally to the players instead of the characters.
Oh. Got it.
So yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Anything else?
Is anyone here proficient at medicine?
Yeah, that would be me.
Oh, nice.
Would it be possible for me to learn medicine from you during the rest times, or
That
not?
seems like a good idea.
May I chime in, DM?
Sorry, what?
Kotetsu's just asking if he could give his input on that question.
Yeah.
So normally it's not allowed to train skills. You can train languages and tool proficiencies,
That's
however,
what it was. Yeah. Okay.
and the time that it takes is 10 weeks minus your intelligence modifier.
Yeah. I was sorry. I was under the impression that you were like thinking of just like picking up a proficiency with a level up
Of a
later on,
skill
but
or-
yeah.
Um,
But if you're talking about actual training, then yeah, no.
yeah.
No.
I guess I might as well try and start training a proficiency. Out of interest, what kind of tool proficiencies do you guys have?
Just a horn, I believe.
Playing cards.
How do you know what proficiencies you have in tools?
In right below all of your ability scores in your passive perception, right there, it'll show you what tools and things you're proficient with, and
Oh, I
then
don't
below
have
it,
any tool proficiencies.
I have tinker's tools, thieves' tools, and a forgery kit.
Playing cards and bagpipes.
Okay, well, Merv, would you be interested in training me to use forgery?
Forgery is a good choice, my man. I've used this many times with people who need permits for stuff. Got it. On it. No problem.
So it will take you 250 days,
Mhm.
and it will cost you 1 gold per day. So
But where's the
250
gold gonna go?
What?
Where does the gold go? If that's the case, then undo. I don't have that kind of.
Excellent.
I don't have that kind of money.
No, it's 10 weeks. What's your intelligence modifier?
It's 0. So
Okay, so it takes you 10 weeks. Yeah.
2 months, 2 months and some change.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just
Where'd
gonna chill in my downtime, I guess. Play music,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, where'd you get 250 days from?
Was that a
Hold on.
number
So
he had from somewhere else?
hold on. Let me find you the actual.
It should just be 70. I mean, that's still too much gold. But
Oh, where is it? There we go. It's page 187 in the player's handbook. It says that the training lasts for 250 days and costs 1 gold per day.
But where does the
Alright.
gold go?
yeah.
They revised that in Xanaphar's,
Oh.
I think, if I'm not
So,
mistaken.
oh yeah.
Interesting.
I'd assume you're like paying it to the person that you're learning from if it's like an NPC or something. But
Right.
Yes, it's for the trainer and hold on. So
Oh, you can charge him now.
all right, yeah. So it's been revised in Xanatas.
Yep.
What happened to Brody?
I don't know.
Turned off the camera, and I apparently forgot to turn that
He
camera
said in
off.
Discord his internet cut out.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunate.
Hold on.
So part of training.
But yes, yeah. So the training we'll use the Xanathas revision on that. So it still costs you quite a bit though. It costs you 25 gold per work week, and it takes at least 10 work weeks, but it's reduced by the character's intelligence modifier. But yeah, so the money goes to the trainer, but I'm specifically like kind of interpreting the rules here in such a way that if you are kind of just trying to teach each other this thing, then you will regardless need to kind of spend some money on training something relating to it, or buying some like training tools or something like that. So there's going to be a cost to it anyway, and that money, the question about where it goes, poof, it's removed from your inventory.
We just buy a whole lot of ink.
Yep.
Yeah. So you.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah. Not saying that you can't do it, but just so you know that there's it costs a few.
Well, I won't currently do it. Then that'll be my say on the matter.
Yeah. See how much money we get from.
Mervin's dropping some stuff in chat. Abjuration
Wait.
1.
Oh, did I accidentally? Oh.
You were clicking on something.
Sorry. I was clicking on something. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just adding spells.
Yeah.
To this.
Yeah. Okay. So so you're not going to start training now, but you can figure out maybe later on. Probably once you have enough money to pay for that price in the first place. But yeah, okay. So was there anything else anyone wanted to be doing?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Get ready for watch.
Yep. So the first night goes by, or does it? The first night goes by uneventfully. Nothing special. The only like interesting thing that happens is that during the night there's some like merchants who are traveling that you can see from your camp on the road. They are traveling on the road. Some of them seem to be in enough of a hurry that they aren't sleeping at all. They just keep traveling through the night. But yeah, you can tell that they are just like harmless merchants going about on the travel route. But that's about it for what's going on. And you wake up well rested and ready to travel. Um, let me know if there is anything special that you would be doing while you're traveling, anything special that you would be doing while resting, and such. But otherwise, you keep traveling. Again, it's going to be the second day of 3, and the road is the same as it has been. You meet the travelers along the roads. I assume none of you are going to be stopping them or talking to them or anything like that. But yeah, there's just traffic going about this road. It's a busy road since it's coming straight out of the capital and it's going to the big trade city. So there's a lot of people moving in and about. But
Celeste
yeah, go ahead.
will do 2 things.
Yep.
First thing is that during her watches, etc., or when she wakes up, she will start collecting some of the pebbles on the smaller side and stuffing them into her pocket for later use. And during the second day, she will turn to Freed because he's sitting next to her and go, "Well, I've always wanted to leave home, and I've always dreamt of what it would be like, and never thought it'd be this, well, boring."
That's adventuring for you.
I'll interject there. Well, at least it's fresh air and good tunes, and then I'll start playing some more music.
Do we
Yeah.
have to roll again?
I guess we have to assume that the bot is always playing some music, unfortunately.
Always playing something.
Nice that we bought a portable jukebox with us.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes I could be singing as well.
You never know. All right. Well, so you keep traveling, and the next night goes by uneventfully. And the third day begins, and you keep moving towards Thorn. And eventually, as the day of the third day turns to evening, you arrive at a city which is you don't arrive at the city yet. You see in the distance, you can see this massive city, which is even bigger than Hinun. Like you thought you were living in the big city, but now you see what a big city looks like, and
Sorry.
yeah.
Didn't you say there was something wrong with the guild, Adventurers Guild at Dawn?
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll probably find that out.
That is
you
yeah.
didn't
That's
clarify. Just asking.
yeah. I mean, yes. The guildmaster at Hinun told you there was some issue in
So
Thorn.
sorry.
Yeah, we were told
Yeah.
there's problems in Thorn, and that we can help if we want to.
Yeah. But yeah. So, anyways, you see this city that just kind of keeps growing bigger and bigger the closer you get to it. As you get close to it, there's just like farms everywhere. There's farmland. There's crops being tended. You can just see like more and more buildings all the time, and you see in the distance these great walls around the city. You can see buildings outside the walls. You see a few towering buildings that even reach up above these walls, and you can see there like you can see some spires up there, and in general you are likely quite awestruck by all this. And let me bring you to Thorn City.
Oh wow, this is
Ooh. Oh,
Fancy.
that is a lot of stuff. Yikers.
So indeed, welcome in. This isn't the first time you as players are in here, though. You were here
I mean,
before,
as players,
but
yes. As characters, no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, is this like
Uh,
a slum kind of thing?
That's what you'd assume from the layout. Yeah.
So I mean, as you observe the area around, just based on the looks of things, like the immediate things you can see around you is on this hill over here. You can see a building, which is as it looks like on the map, which is like bricks. It looks quite fancy. It's not like you can. It doesn't have a big neon sign telling you what it is, but you see it's like some sort of fancy building. And yes, indeed. Then you see that there's some like buildings that have kind of spilled out of the city walls to the outside of it. They don't look like they are in any like bad shape or anything. It's quite a nice little like well, not a suburb. Well, maybe a suburb. I don't know. Anyways, like it's a pretty nice looking place. What you could tell right away is that it's probably something to do with the farmlands. That's probably the farmers living there or something. You can also see a big gatehouse by the walls. You can see something that looks like an inn, and also you can see something, some sort of like big building with a lot of activity around it over here. And next to it, you see a small watchtower, and that's what you can discern right now here.
Do you guys want to check out this building over here first?
I feel like we can ask about it once we're in town, and then if we're told that it's something interesting, then we can circle back.
Do you guys want to get rooms at the inn then before proceeding to the Adventures Guild?
Well, no, because the Adventurers Guild, they said they would hook us up with stuff if we're in a place with an Adventurers Guild. So,
Right.
let's. What I'm thinking is we should first go into or try to get into the city and go to the Adventurers Guild and use that as a port of call to learn more about the city, of what's going on, what the problems we were told about are, and what some of the buildings we can see are, and just to learn more from people that will or should help us, because we are a chartered adventuring party and we can prove that. So they are supposed to help us, so let's just use their help. Any objections?
Right.
None whatsoever.
Let's make our way to the Adventures Guild then.
All right, so you approach the gate. You meet a few guards there who stop you and ask to investigate, or they ask to to look into your cart and see if there's anything out of the ordinary there.
There's nothing in the cart, right? There's no contraband, so
No
maybe just like
contraband. No, just
not yet.
My portable workstation.
Did you place the
I'm gonna tell
scroll
him to be
cases in there?
prepared for what he's gonna
no,
see
that's on my
next.
person.
All of
Yeah, we're
them.
not gonna let him check our belongings.
Like where are the other scroll cases?
With us,
Oh, they're
like we've
on
hung
us.
it like that.
We each have
We
one,
just
yeah.
take it.
Yeah, one on each. Okay. So do you try to hide the scroll cases somehow?
I mean,
No,
it's
just
it's not out on the
case.
open. It's just on our person, like in a pocket or something. It's not.
Or like on top of the bag or something like that. Not like we're
Yep.
keeping it a secret.
So the guards kind of take a quick look at the contents of the cart, and they just wave you on, and yeah, send you over.
Cool.
What's
So
this?
you are in the big city. That's like an archway. It seems to be some sort of monument. Nothing. It's not like a building you can go into. You can go under it, though. But yeah, you're in the big city. Where are you going?
Oh, can we
I mean,
ask
we-
around? Where is the Adventurers Guild?
Yes.
And maybe some of the shops as well. Seems
So-
stalls is an easy region.
So who are you asking for this info?
Oh, the guards.
Yeah. So before you leave, you ask the guards for.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right. Well, the guards give you a confusing. They give you quite confusing directions as to how to get to the Adventurers Guild. They tell you like the path to take there, and yeah, yep. They tell you the path to get to the Adventurers Guild, and so if you want to try to go there by the guards' directions, I will ask you to do some intelligence checks to see if like actually you will have to nominate someone who is directing you, and they will have to do an intelligence check to see whether you can kind of remember the all the instructions and figure a way around this labyrinth of a city.
Just straight intelligence.
Yeah.
Well, I'm of course going to put forward myself, regardless of whether or not that's the right decision for the party.
I think we should. Yeah, Mervin's.
Yeah. Mervin's
nominate
the
Mervin.
street rat. Mervin knows. Okay.
So
I also won
Mervin's-
that game of cars.
And
I
if
also
he's
won the game.
leading us, he won't pick up cool shit on the way. No.
might get distracted though.
I'll pout
So-
at that.
Yeah. If Mervin's anything like me, he'll see like the market and just immediately want to go shopping.
We'll try
Okay.
to make him stick to
Yeah.
the path.
Okay, so just straight intelligence.
Oh shit.
All right.
11.
So you start adventuring around, and I will let any other player than Mervin. I will let anybody else interject at any point if you feel like Mervin might be leading you astray as I describe where you're heading off, following Mervin. So
I feel like we're
at
gonna get mugged.
at any
Let's
point
go.
you can be like, "Hey, stop! this is not right. And then you will roll intelligence. And then we will use that to continue the journey.
Alright.
So, you start off heading into the streets. You pass the arch, as you were told. You go through the market stalls, and you see the small church over here, and you pass it on its right. You keep going between the buildings. All of them seem to be just your regular old houses, not very affluent houses or anything, just pretty simple city folk housing here. You start going around, and you find your way to a shrine. From the shrine, you take a left, and you follow the alleyways by the blacksmith, and you keep heading north, keeping the noble district on your left.
I know where I'm going, guys.
Clearly.
It's like
Then-
none of us know enough to dispute this.
I mean, do you or do you not? You might know it more. You might know better. You might think you know better.
Yes, but I'm not sure if I can roll above 11.
I mean, it's not about whether you can roll it, it's about whether your character thinks that this is right or not. It's
Right
not
now
about
it's
your
just-
stats.
I
It's
know.
about what your character wants to do. But, okay, you keep going. You pass the jeweler and pass them on the right. Again, you keep... Whoops, I resized the token by accident. Squished the token.
Now all dwarves.
And you keep going through these housing buildings. All of these like houses seem to be like modest housing, except for the noble district that you passed. That looked like it was a real fancy place, but otherwise these houses seem like they are pretty modest. Nothing. You're not like going through the poor districts or anything.
Mervin, could we stop for a bit? I think we're going in a wrong direction. I don't know.
No.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm sure we're not stopping for directions. I know exactly where we're going. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, you,
Sorry to interrupt.
Tetsu, you can still roll, but Mervin is positive he's going in the right direction.
I know. I'm aware I can roll. I'm just
Sorry,
like
yeah.
in character. I'm just
Right,
the
sorry.
character is confused.
I wanted to make sure that we still get.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you can roll if you take the lead. So
Oh.
it'll be, I guess it'll be a democratic decision by the party whether you want to keep going with Mervin or if you want to roll with Celeste.
This has no. This has turned from role-playing game into maze game. If it's not this building over here, I'm gonna interject.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the way we're going currently.
All right, so we keep going. So you keep going through the streets, and just as you were told, by the seaside here on the left, you find the Adventurers Guild, which looks very much similar to the one in Hinun. Seems like they are built with kind of the same sort of architecture and shape and function and everything. But yes,
I
you
thought that
find
was
your
later.
way over to the Adventurers Guild successfully, without asking for any additional direction from anyone on the way. Congratulations. So you arrive at the Adventurers Guild, and what do you do?
Can we talk to the person in charge?
The Guildmaster? Well, you
Yeah.
can. When you arrive at the guild, there is a person who is greeting you in at the door, who is like the like night guard of the guild, because it
Guys, give
is
me 2 minutes.
getting quite late in the guild or in the city. And they inform you that the guildmaster has already left for home.
Mm.
I was wondering, we're we're a chartered adventuring company, and I was wondering at least if you might have some quests that we might be able to do while we're here.
The night guard shakes their head and says, "Just like I just work here to look after this place in the evening hours. I don't really know about that stuff. I'm sorry. You'll have to ask the handlers tomorrow."
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you would know something like that. My apologies.
The night guard asks you, "Is there anything I can help you with, though? You are from the guild, so I will do what I can."
So, is there a place to stay here, or are we just kind of like securing a credit card?
uh, yeah, the guard points towards the basement. Yes, there's the guild lodgings are down that way, down the stairs and to your left. You can sleep there. I think we have enough many beds available right now.
Who wants to help me get my stuff down there?
Sure, I can help.
The guard also is like, I can help. So 3 people haul this stuff down, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to leave it in the stables.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you find your lodgings. They are not. It's like one big group barracks. There's already some people sleeping there. It seems like it's mostly just like a place to sleep. There isn't really much anything else there. It's like it's a big room with a lot of beds, and you can find some beds there for yourselves, and you can turn in for the night, unless there's something else you were looking to do.
So, I realize now that I could have done this all along, but I would like to cast Identify as a ritual on the scroll case.
To interject a bit, you need
Say-
100 gold worth pearl for that.
Right? We're doing that. We're doing components.
Well, something like gold identification. Yeah. For stuff like
Fine.
that.
All right. Then tomorrow, I guess I will go try and steal something to use. So I guess we'll just wait on that.
All right. I can also before I'll let you know before you even try to do anything like that. I'll let you know that the scroll case is not magical.
Oh.
So you can't identify it. There's nothing magical about the case.
Okay.
You know. So there's you can't really do that to it.
Well, identify can go through. Let's see. No, wait. I'm thinking of a different thing. Wait. Identify. No, you have to touch it. Never mind.
Yeah, so the scroll case itself is nothing special.
Fine.
I'll let you know that for free.
Okay, thank you. So I don't get arrested trying to secure a pearl.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you turn in for the night. Anybody got anything else surprising they want to do? If not,
Well, not really.
yep. If not, then you go to sleep. And you're ambushed. No. You simply outright die in your sleep. No. That is the end of today's adventure. That is where we leave off. And next week, you can adventure around the city and figure out all the quests you want, or create your own quests by hurting innocent helpers with your traps.
I almost
what?
pulled off a con there. Almost.
Almost. I mean,
Deception. Sucks.
it was good attempt though. Good attempt at not telling anyone that it was just you. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for playing. So now we know. Now we know. Kind of the different characters we have here, which is great. Then next week you will be able to kind of better understand what everyone can do and adventures in the big city.
We're gonna have to find out what's wrong with this guild. So that's sub-quest number 1 right there.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you can ignore all of it and just keep going. You can steal a boat and start boating around the seas.
Main quest any percent.
Indeed. But yes,
I already
thank you.
tried to calculate how long it would take by boat, and it would take way too long.
Well, there is.
I mean,
once
both.
we get to, once we get over the mountain pass, there is like a little river. I mean, we'll have to figure out what to do with the donkey, but we could theoretically, when we get to that point, get a boat if anyone's
We could
itching
set the
for a boat
donkey
adventure.
free. We could sell the
there's-
donkey.
There's donkey boats.
Yeah.
You know,
But if anyone's
donkeys
itching
can.
for
Oh
a,
yeah, there's magic.
Sure.
Why am I so surprised about donkey boats?
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining in on the session and playing. And yeah, next time we will probably have some more action. I'm guessing you will probably end up in some trouble, and you'll end up fighting some sort of things, some level 1 appropriate things. Although it actually won't be level 1 appropriate things. Because you are leveling up.
yay!
Now?
Yay!
Really?
Now, in your sleep, you are leveling up.
Oh, my infusions.
You wake up and you feel stronger. So,
God.
So yeah, for next week,
Free
Um,
MMOs.
also in Twitch chat, there's the question of when is next time. It is next Sunday. We will next week. We'll start. We'll try to get started at the actual time, so half an hour earlier than today's stream. So for the players here, it's the same time as we started, but
Okay.
so the Twitch people know as well. But yeah, next week you will need your characters leveled up to level 2. And reminder, for your health, you have the same kind of option as you had for your attributes. So you can either take the safe bet and take your average hit points, or you can roll for it if you want. So your choice, your individual choice, whatever you want to do, just let me know, and or actually you can do the rolls even right now if you want.
What average hit points?
So
It says wait, you have a D10, don't you, as a cleric?
D8.
D8 for what?
So your hit dice is a D8.
Right. Oh, it's the
And-
thing in the middle.
You
Yeah.
right. You roll it to see how many more hit points you get at level 2, right?
Can I take that 10?
No, wait. How does it
No,
work?
that's if you're doing healing. So your
Right.
if you have D8, your average hit points is 5.
5.
You can take 5, or then you can roll 1d8 and your Constitution modifier.
That's +3. That's 1d8 +3, which I just rolled there.
Oh, you have a okay, yeah, you have a +3 Constitution. Why do you have that high of Constitution?
Tanky necromancer.
Tank Mancer. Okay, that's that's your roll then.
I just
So
don't
yeah,
do it now.
but yeah. So you can do the roll, or you can take your average.
So right
Um,
now I can just add 5 to my hit point.
What if you have a negative con modifier?
It does affect it, yeah. But you always get at least 1, so you can't not get more hit points. You get at least 1.
Imagine getting
Uh,
negative hit points every time you level up.
Yeah.
So right now I have 9. So if I take the average, I can just add 5 plus my Constitution. Or no.
Yeah.
That would be 5 plus whatever
Yeah,
your
okay.
con modifier is.
Yeah.
Which is 1.
Or then you roll and
I
add your
could just-
Constitution.
Okay, so should I?
If you want to be like
I
cool.
think I should just.
If you want to be cool like Frid
Mhm.
with 3 hit points. All right, but yes. Anyways, that's it for today's session, today's stream. Everything. I'm gonna take the Twitch folk over to a raid somewhere, and yeah. Thanks for the session, for everyone. We can discuss the characters, your upgrades and everything over the week on Discord and everything, of course. But yeah, thanks for playing.
See ya.
Thanks for having us.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye. And hold on, that's not gonna work. Okay. So I'm just gonna raid somewhere. Doing something. But thank you everyone on Twitch as well for watching. And on Twitch as well for watching. Oops, that's me. We not much chatting here, of course, because we are focusing on the game. But thanks everyone for joining in, and I hope you had a good time. watching. Let's see. Let's go and say hi to Jiffyard. Jiffyard's doing Final Fantasy X, which is basically D&D. So let's go. Thanks, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow with something. I'll post the schedule on Discord in a moment. Bye.